this is Jamel with Recherche Kennels in Statesville, North Carolina. I am so excited to introduce for the first time a young adult standard Bernedoodle boy we have for sale that we're calling Hunter. If you don't like that name Hunter, you can change it. He is Mr. Black of Ruth and Shiloh's litter. He was born November 23rd, 2022, so he is over a year of age. For years, we have had people wanting young adults, but we just never had enough of them. We would sell them too fast, and so we had a group of Bernedoodles born right at the end of last year, and we kept some of our favorite ones. The Ruth and Shiloh's litter is the most successful Bernedoodle litter we have ever produced. In fact, if you look at Valor, one of our Bernedoodles, she is a Ruth and Shiloh litter from the first breeding. And this is the last Ruth and Shiloh litter. Ruth is now retired and she's living the good life. And so Hunter is one of the last Ruth and Shiloh puppies. We've had several of these puppies become full service dogs, and they're very healthy. That's the reason why we've just produced them over and over again. They also produce beautiful tricolor F1 Bernedoodles. So they are Bernedoodles, so they shed a lot less, they live a lot longer, but they look like the Bernese Mountain Dog. So they are a Bernese. Actually, it's hard to produce a Bernedoodle that looks like a Bernese Mountain Dog. And so he is very stunning. We know his personality very well. His Recherche score is 8.56. 8 being he is very dependent. He loves people. He's one of the first to come, the last to leave our side. He loves to be around people, to snuggle, to cuddle. He is a dog that just absolutely adores to be with people. Activity-wise, he's very balanced. He is not hyper. He is not high energy. He's also not a lump in a log where he has no energy. He's perfectly balanced with his energy. And then confidence-wise, he's a 6 out of 10. When he's used to you and comfortable with you, he is the most confident dog. He does phenomenal in every area. He does take a little bit of time to warm up with new people. That is his only weakness. If it wasn't for that, he would be an 8, 9 out of 10, but he just takes a little bit of time to warm up to new people. For example, I'm not his trainer. I haven't seen him in several months, so this is how he used to react to me. He's a little bit like, hey, are you gonna be nice to me? But once he gets used to me, he will be super comfortable. Size-wise, he's full grown. He's 68 pounds. And so this is full grown, and this is what he looks like. We gave him kind of a medium cut. You can let him look a lot different by cutting him thin or cutting him thick. Now, one thing that makes him different than almost any other Bernedoodle is that he has a cropped tail. Now, the reason for that is, like many Bernese Mountain Dogs and Bernedoodles, he had happy tail. That's actually a phrase, a medical phrase, where he just wagged his tail so much he injured it, and he injured it, and he injured it, and to the point where we've had to put a noodle, like one of those swimming noodles, on his tail. But he would take that off and he would injure it, to the point where we finally decided, after getting it injured so many times, we had to trim it down. So he has no tail, which the good thing is he's such a happy puppy that if he had that tail, he'd probably knock off stuff off of your coffee table and everything else. So he does have a snub tail. It wasn't for looks, it was because it was a medical reason why we did that. Now, what I'd like to do is to summarize our Puppy Training Institute and our Doggy Double Doctorate program, and we're gonna show off Hunter and his training. We're gonna show him off here, and we're gonna show him off away from our property so you can see how well trained he is, see his personality. Then I'm gonna come back and let you know what you need to do to adopt him. Our Doggy Double Doctorate program is the most extensive training program that we have here at Recherche Kennels. We're very proud of the program. There's 4 core areas in all of our dog training program, and we're gonna show you that right now with our Doggy Double Doctorates. The first thing that's very visible to see is our obedience training. In obedience commands, they do the same commands that they started when they were young. Sit, down, stay, come, place, off, stare training, place training. All of those things are in their training program. And the biggest difference in our DDD program versus our younger programs is the 2 Ds, distance and duration. For example, a dog that is at 7 months or 8 months of age can hold their stay for minutes, versus a dog at 6 months of age that their goal is to hold it for 30 seconds. So the older they are, they'll be able to hold their stay for much longer and also at much farther distances. We will many times with our DDD puppies, we'll tell them to stay or place on a Kuranda cot, and then we will go away, leave the room, come back 20 minutes later, and they're still placed. That's only available in our DDD program. The second area of training that's visible is outside training, and that mainly is with leash training. We train our dogs to walk on our left side. We train them to auto sit, so when we stop walking, they automatically sit. We have them, so when you're walking across the street, you stop, they automatically sit. We also train them with outside training in the car. The puppies in our DD program get car rides more than any other program. They have all of their vaccinations. We're not worried about them getting sick. And up until DDD, they get very limited car rides and very limited field trips. But after that, that's almost all they get. They get car rides, so they're learning to ride in a car so they don't get car sick. They are thunderstorm trained, they're spot trained to train in different areas outside. The biggest areas that we work on more than anything at this age is going to be house training and socialization. House training is obviously potty training, crate training. They are able to sleep all night in a crate. They are able to hold the restroom for at least 5 hours during the day versus a 6-month-old can usually hold the restroom 3 hours, 4 hours during the day. They're trained never to jump up. They're training never to chew things in the house. And then the last area that we spend more time than any other thing in our DDD program is socialization. Puppies go through a fear period typically between 6 and 12 months of age. And so we have to work extensively on taking them on field trips, getting them used to different people, different places, getting them used to being around strangers, children, veterinarians. They're taking walks in the city. They're taking the Lowe's and Home Depot. They're taken to downtown Statesville. And our goal is to desensitize them as much as possibly can. Now, one last thing that makes our DDD program so unique is that it comes with a 30-day DDD guarantee. This is the only program that has this. This is where you can take your puppy and return them for any reason up to 30 days. We do have some stipulations, very common sense stipulations that's on our warranty page. You can read it and it goes through that, but you can return your dog, get a different dog, or just return the dog and get most of your money back. That is an option and only available in our DDD program. Now, if you're interested in this puppy, read through this entire page. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll see pictures that we just took. Right above the pictures are the prices for each training level. Now, some people do have a hard time finding the prices, so in this video, we're gonna show you where prices are found on a typical page. But the prices you see in this video may not be this exact puppy. You do need to look at their page. And then right below this video is a link that says, click here to fill out puppy application. Click on the link, fill it out. We will respond to you within 24 hours. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video of Hunter. Again, this is Mr. Black of Ruth and Shiloh's litter. Thank you for the privilege of your time, and God bless.